The first they think there's a giant praying mantis in town, but then there I am, and people get excited when I'm here, as you are excited.
I am excited.
Howard Stern is a well-known American radio disc jockey, television host, actor, and author. He started his career as a marketing executive and later worked as a radio salesman. From there, he worked his way up to midday shifts at a radio station, eventually becoming the station production director. He has worked with a number of radio stations that include WWWW, WWDC, WNBC, and WXRK. He became a national sensation when his show, The Howard Stern Show, gained popularity throughout America. Stern is known by his self-proclaimed title, King of All Media, where his contribution across all major entertainment platforms has been immense over the years.
Occasionally together.
Yes,
we have a very close relationship. I'm almost family.
Yes.
I'm not quite family, because if you're family, then you get a job here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Net Worth Now, where you get to see the lifestyle and net worth of your favorite celebrities. We hope you enjoy these videos, and if you do, please remember to hit the like button and comment below who your favorite celebrity is so we can feature them in an upcoming video.
His full name is Howard Allen Stern, also known as Howard, How, Houchie, Howie, King of All Media. He was born on January 12, 1954 in New York City, making him 67 years old at the time of this production. He stands at 196 centimeters or 6 feet 4 inches tall. Stern is a supporter and fundraiser for North Shore Animal League America. He has adopted a pescatarian diet since 2012. In 2019, Stern revealed that he had had a cancer scare 2 years prior. After a growth was found on one of his kidneys, it turned out to be a benign cyst. Stern and Ostrovsky have been fostering cats in their Long Island home since 2014. Approximately 200 cats come through their home every year. Stern met his first wife, Allison Burns, while at Boston University through a mutual friend. They married at Temple Obey Shalom in Brookline, Massachusetts on June 4, 1978. Both were 24 years old and have 3 daughters. In October 1999, they decided to separate, and their marriage ended in 2001. In the several months when Stern was single, he dated Angie Everhart and Robin Givens. In 2000, he started to date model and television host Beth Ostrovsky. He announced their engagement on his radio show on February 14, 2007. They married in La Cirque restaurant in New York City on October 3, 2008. The ceremony was officiated by Mark Consuelos.
It's like I said, it's like with people with the Native Americans. You know, well, Native Americans, if you can prove you're a Native American, you get to own one of those casinos.
Right.
Howard Stern was born to Ben and Ray Stern. He was brought up along with his older sister Ellen in the Jackson Heights neighborhood of Queens. Howard was an extrovert, while his sister was comparatively quiet in going about her routine. His father Ben served in the U.S. Army and later took up job as radio engineer. His mother Ray worked as an office clerk and later became a respiratory therapist. A year after Howard was born, his family moved to Roosevelt, New York, where he completed his studies. He attended Washington Rose Elementary School and later went to Roosevelt High School. He also attended Hebrew school and was given the name Tzavi, a famous Jewish name. As a youngster, he was interested in marionettes and conducted puppet shows to entertain his friends. He also took piano lessons and formed a band called Electric Comic Book along with his friends. He was the lead pianist and vocalist of the band. He also visited his father's recording studio and was influenced by radio artists like Bob Grant and Brad Crandall. He wanted to become a radio jockey from the age of 5 and persuaded his father to build a make-believe studio in the basement of his house, where he entertained his friends. As Roosevelt was witnessing a rise in the dominance of black community, his family moved to Rockville when he was 15 years old. In Rockville, he attended the South Side High School, from where he graduated in 1972. He went on to complete his degree in communications at Boston University, where he worked at the campus radio station. He started off by playing music and reading news to his listeners, and later went on to host interviews and live shows. He finally earned a first-class radio telephone operator license from the Federal Communications Commission. Subsequently, he landed his first professional job with WNTN Network, Massachusetts in 1975. Stern started his career as a marketing executive for the New York advertising agency Benson & Bowles. He later joined the creative department of the agency. However, he always knew that he wanted to work at a radio station and hence started looking out for jobs in the entertainment field. He landed a job as a radio salesman from where he worked his way up to handle a 4-hour midday shift at the radio station. He later became the station's production director. Along with his production work, he started engaging in commercials and comedy, which made him famous among his listeners. His first independent show was with the WWWW radio station. Though the station was not doing well, his work was recognized and he went on to win the Billboard Award for Album-Oriented Rock Personality of the Year in 1980. Despite his best efforts, WWWW failed to achieve popularity, and hence Stern had to quit his job. He then went on to host the morning show of WWDC in Washington, D.C. His show became an instant hit, and he was offered a 5-year deal with WNBC. Stern took up the contract and also agreed to host an afternoon session with WNBC. This led to several differences with the management of WWDC, but his shows were widely appreciated and his ratings soared in America. In August 1982, he began his stint with WNBC and made his debut appearance in the television talk show Late Night with David Letterman. He was also featured in People magazine, which increased his popularity. However, he also had differences with the management of WNBC, resulting in the termination of his contract in 1985. After being fired by WNBC, he started doing live performances in clubs and other venues that brought him closer to his fans. It was not long before he was offered a contract by Infinity Broadcasting to host the afternoon slot of its rock music station, WXRK. By 1986, Stern had begun to venture more into television and appeared as a host for several shows, including The Late Show, Howard Stern's Negligee and Underpants Party, and The Howard Stern Show. In 1993, he struck a deal with Simon & Schuster and wrote his first book, Private Parts, which became a bestseller. This was followed by another book titled Miss America in 1995. He founded the Howard Stern Production Company for original film and television production and joint development ventures in 1994. His company was recognized as one of the top production companies. In 1997, the film adaptation of his book Private Parts was released with Stern in the lead. The soundtrack of the movie featured on Billboard 200 and was certified platinum by RIAA. Starting from 2000, Stern began to devote his time to television production. He also started hosting several shows. During this period, he bought the rights to remake the films Rock and Roll High School and Porky's. In late 2004, Howard signed a 5-year deal worth $500 million with Sirius Satellite Radio, a subscription-based satellite radio station which is exempt from the FCC broadcast regulations. He renewed his contract with SiriusXM in December 2010. He has developed an interest in photography and worked with Whirl Magazine and North Shore Animal League. He then established Conlin Road Photography, his own photography company, in 2011. In late 2011, Stern replaced Piers Morgan as the judge of America's Got Talent in its 17th season. He continued his role till the end of the show's 10th season. He released his third book, Howard Stern Comes Again, in May 2019.
Book, Sirius XM. I wanted to tell you how much I love you.
I love you too.
And I'm going to sing you a song.
Oh, no, really?
Howard makes an estimated annual salary of $90 million. His net worth is estimated to be $650 million as of 2021. He owns a $20 million property in Hamptons, a $21 million Manhattan mega penthouse, and a $65 million Florida retreat. In his garage, you can find a Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, 3 GMC Denali's, an Aston Martin Vanquish, and a Chevy Suburban.